Okay, let's try looking into this question. The next one, the global transportation company. I told you guys to check this question back home. Did you guys do it or kept pending? Anyway, I'll be doing this question because there's again a new concept that we'll be learning in this question. Okay, let's start. The global transportation charges 60 per ton for its 6-ton truck lorry load from city A to city B, and the charges for return journey are 84 per ton. No concession in this rates is made for any delivery of goods at an intermediate session. What does it mean? What does this mean? How many routes are there? There is A, there is B. In between A and B, there is an intermediate section called C. Are you clear? Guys, are you clear? Now, for going between A to B, how much does he charge? He charges 90 per ton. For going between B to C, or let's say B to A, it is 84 per ton. Whether you go from B to C or you go from B to A, I don't care because I'm not going to give any concession. Are you clear? First paragraph done. Second, in the month of January, the truck made 12 outward journeys for city B with a full load, of which 2 tons were unloaded twice in the way at the city C. The truck carried a load of 8 tons in its return journey or for 5 times, but was once caught by police and 1200 was paid as a fine. For the remaining trips, the truck carried full load, out of which all the goods were unloaded once at city C, but it returned without any load, only once from city C to A. The distance from A to C and B, A to C is 140, A to B is 300 kilometers. Find out the cost per absolute kilometer. So they have given you the fixed cost and the running cost. Find out the cost per absolute ton per kilometer and the profit for it. Done? So let's start. How much is my... So they have given me all my cost for annual, correct? All my costs here are given for annual, but my details are given for the month of January. So let me try finding everything from a monthly basis. First thing, my standing charges. When I mean standing charges, we know we are talking of what? All the fixed charges. What are my fixed charges here? What are my fixed charges here? $60,000, right? So standing charges, my annual fixed cost is 60,000. Then my per annum cost, sorry, this is my per annum cost. How much will it be for the month of January? Can I say 60,000 divided by 12? 5,000. Maintenance charge. How much is my maintenance charge in the question? 12,000. So per month will be then my running cost. How much is the running cost? Is it annual or only for the month of January? It is only for the month of January, 2944. Therefore, my monthly cost is 8944. Now, my denominator will be what? Ton per kilometer. My denominator will be ton per kilometer. So, let us try finding out first how many kilometers did it travel. Second one, I will try finding out how much is the money which I have made. Okay, 8944 is my monthly cost. Yes. Let me try finding out the number of tons which it has gone in. Okay, number of tons per kilometer. Now, let me read this question carefully. In January, the truck made 12 outward trips to city B, out of which 2 tons were unloaded twice on the way to city C. Correct? What is the capacity of the complete truck? Correct. So, out of 12 trips what made, 10 went to B. Can I say 2 went to C? Yes or no? 10 went to B and 2 went to C. Correct? What is the distance between A to B? Guys, what's the difference between distance between A to B? Read the question carefully, Farin. Don't get excited. Read the question carefully. They are saying a distance between A to C is 140. Farin, when you have understood this, how can you tell it is 140, madam? Don't do mistakes. Silly mistakes will cost you 6 months. Done? So, it's doing 10 trips, 300 kilometers, carrying 6 tons. To C, it is doing 2 trips, 140 kilometers, 6 tons. Done? Now, the truck carried a load of 8 tons in its return journey for 5 times, but once caught by the police at 1200. Okay. Then for the remaining trips, the truck carried full load, out of which all the goods on the load were unloaded once at city C, but it returned without any load only once from city C to city A. Now, when I want you guys to understand a bit of it, A, C and B. Let's try understanding this journey. From A to B, it set out 12 journeys, correct? Out of which 10 directly went from A to C, 2 went from A to B and unloaded here. How much did they unload is the question. Read. How much did they unload at C is the question. Guys, read the second paragraph carefully. 2 tons. So, 2 trips they unloaded 2 tons. And what is my full capacity, Naveen? 6 tons, right? Out of 6, if I have unloaded 2, how many more tons I would have carried it from C to B? 4 tons. Did you understand this part? Guys, did you understand? So, my number of trips, if I have to calculate ton per kilometer for A to B, I will write 10 trips, 6 tons, 300 kilometers, that is from A to B. Okay, Naveen, sorry, Naveen. Then A to C, it is 10 tons. Sorry, how many trips did he go? Sorry. A to C, 2 trips, 6 tons, 140 kilometers. C to B, 2 trips, 4 tons, 160 kilometers. Does anyone have any doubt in the first journey? Now let me calculate the return journey. Return journey will be what? It has to be from B to A and the stopping point is going to be my C. Now I want you guys to tell me how is that they are traveling between C to. How many times should he go back? If he is coming from A to B for 12 times, can I say that he has to go back also 12 times? Now, for me as a student, I end up getting confusing when I read all of these terms. Let's read these terms carefully. The truck carried a load of 8 tons in its return journey for 5 times, but was once caught by the police. For the remaining trips, the truck carried full load, out of which all the goods were unloaded at the city C. But it returned without any goods, only from city C. What does this mean? See, I'll tell you what this guy did. 5 trips, this guy went from city B to city A. Instead of carrying 6 tons, this guy carried 8 tons. Did you understand? One trip, he went from B to C carrying 6 tons. One trip he went from B to C carrying 6 tons, but from C to A he went empty. Are you clear? So how many trips are done? 5 plus 1, 6. What is the remaining more trips left? I have to do 12. Out of 12, if I have done with 6, I am left with 6 more trips. This 6 more trips, I did it properly. Did you all understand till now? Should I explain any of this? Because like I told you in a service costing, my denominator is the major challenge, not the numerator. Numerator to sab kuch add kar lo, you will get the answer. Denominator is where my challenge is. Done till here? Now can I find the revenue? Now let me find my revenue. Now look into it. Does this guy give a discount if you do from A to C or A to B, or is it the same pricing? Same pricing. So 12 trips he did, 6 tons of 90. This is my outward journey. That is, he made how much? 6480. While coming back, look into it, what he did. He carried 5 trips, 8 tons. Anyway, per ton, I'm going to be charging 84. Plus 7 trips, whether he stops at C or he goes directly, no concession. Here he did 6 tons at 84. Did you understand this? Shreyas, you have a doubt in the overloading? Okay, Rakshit. Rakshit, see the question, no? This guy was doing what you do. See here, I have highlighted also. Okay, Shreyas, thank you. I didn't see Rakshit's question. Rakshit, are you clear? Done? So I am making a total revenue of how much? When you do the math, my total revenue is how much? 6480 plus 6888. That comes to 13368. What was my cost? 8944. So how much profit did I do? What's the profit I have done? Correct? But I have paid a fine because of this extra revenue, which is what? 1200, which is my abnormal loss. Therefore, I'll make a profit of 3224. Did you understand? Guys, because in the cost, if you see, because of the overloading which Rakshit did, I have a 1200 rupees which I have to pay. Are you clear? Guys, are you clear? Can we go to the next question? Now the next one is, we are trying to find the hotels. Read this question carefully. Okay. Sorry, Monisha, we are actually doing a service costing, which is basically the continuation from yesterday's topic. So what happens in a service costing, just to give a brief, is when we are trying to find the cost unit, we take the total cost divided by the number of units. In a service costing, since it's a service, my cost objective is never going to be the number of units, it's always going to be a composite cost unit. When I say composite, it means you have more than one cost unit which are there. Are you clear? Monisha, are you clear? Right? So in this particular question, they want you to now in this particular question, if you look into it, we are a transportation company and I'm trying to carry 6 tons is my truck capacity. So what is happening? See, this guy is going from one part to another carrying 6 tons, while coming is getting 8 tons in 5 trips. The remaining 7 trips is doing full time. Now the question is saying that, you know what, whether you are going to point A to point C or point A to point B, I am not going to give you any discount. You have to still pay me 90 per ton. While coming back, you have to pay me 84 per ton. Whether you stop at C or not, I don't care. Are you clear? Right? So, so I'm trying to find the total cost. So my first table, what I did was basically to understand what is going to be my total cost which is going in. That is what we found, 8944. Then I found out my total revenue. That is depending on the question given, how many journeys did I make. So total cost minus total revenue is going to give me my profit. But in this case, since I have a traffic police ka fine, from my total profit I have to reduce 1200 because it is my abnormal loss. Guys, so let's read this question. A company runs a holiday home. For this purpose, it has hired a building at rent of 10,000 rupees per month along with 5% of the total login. That means it is like, you remember the conductor's example? Guys, the question which we did yesterday, the bus driver and the conductor took 10% of the undertaking. Yeah, so it is typically the same thing where I'll have to calculate the profit and also include a 5% of the commission to the owner. It has 3 types of suits for different customers. The moment in a service costing I end up getting 3 types of suits, what should I do? Guys, which is the concept that we need to apply? Thank you, Farin. We have to apply the concept of equivalent units. That is, I have to try making sure all the rooms are going to be on the similar basis. Now, I have a single room, 1000, 100 room, double rooms, 50 rooms. This is the first time I'm coming across something called as an occupancy percentage. Why is this occupancy percentage important? What's your guess? Why is this occupancy important? Not per head. See, when I'm trying to find the total rooms available, right, Sudharani? When I'm trying to find the total rooms available, if I know that double rooms are going to be occupied only to the extent of 80%, I'll only take 80% of the rooms available for the pricing. Anything more than 80% comes, it's a bonus for me, but on an average I know only 80% of the rooms gets filled for me. So the number of rooms will not be taken 50 but only 80% of it, that is 40 rooms shall be taken per day for the calculation purpose. Are you clear? Is everyone clear? Triple rooms, okay. The rent of the double rooms is fixed at 2.5 times the single room, and the suite room is that of a triple room suite is twice of the double room. Guys, I'll give you 2 minutes. I want you to find out first the equivalent rooms. I'll give you guys 5 minutes. Do it fast. And in the question below here, they have told that assume that there are 360 days in a year. You have to assume that you have how many days in a year? 360 days in a year. Fareen says 1,35,000. I somehow feel Fareen is wrong. Okay. I gave you guys a clue about the percentage of occupancy. Correct, Rakshit? It is 104,400. Guys, see here. I told you guys in the explanation itself. I don't know why you are not listening to it. I told you guys single rooms. How many single rooms are there? 100. In a year, how many days? 360 days. So, 36,000 single rooms are there. Now, let's come to double rooms. I told you double rooms, only 80% of the 50 are getting occupied. 80% of the 50 are getting occupied. That means how many rooms are available in a day? Only 40 is required for my calculation. 40 into 360, which is how much? 14,400, and the multiple is 2.5 times. So I end up getting 36,000. Now let me come to the triple room. How many triple rooms are there? 30. 60% of 30 is what? 18 rooms, 360 days, which will be 6480. They are saying it's going to be double the double room, and double room is 2.5 times the standard room or the single room. So therefore it is 32,400. Is everyone clear? Done. Now once I know my denominator, numerator is easy. Why? Because I just have to keep adding the cost. Let's take all the cost what is there. So let me add up all of this. How much does all the total come up to? Salary, room attendant, lighting, repairs, laundry charges, interior decoration, sundries, all put together. What is my total cost? 25 lakh. Now they are saying profit is 20% on the total taking. So for this I have to add additional room rent, which is 5% of the taking. Then profit is 20% of the taking. Do I know my taking charges? Do I know my taking charges? Fareen, I think you have done it. Do I know my taking charges? The taking charges, I don't know. Guys, check this expenses carefully. Have I recorded all the expenses? See the question carefully. Check, have you recorded all the expenses? Sorry. Read the question carefully. Have you recorded all the expenses? Building rent is left, which is what? 10,000 per month, correct? And in the exam, please make sure that you look into all the expenses and don't miss out anything. right? So I have a building 10,000 per month. So my room rent is basically 1,20,000 plus 5% of the taking. All of you guys were just keeping quiet. Correct? It is not just 5% of the taking, it is basically 10,000 a month, which comes to 1,20,000 plus 5% of the overall taking. Are you clear? So now, the moment something like this comes, I told you I'll use the format. What is the format? Cost, profit, selling price. They are telling my selling price, if it is 100, profit will become 20 plus 5, because I have to give a 5% of the taking towards the rent. Therefore, cost is my 75. The sum total of this will represent my cost. Yes or no? That is 26 lakh 41,000. Are you all clear? So let me do a cross multiplication. 26 lakh 41,000 into 100 divided by 75. How much does it come to? 3521. So out of which, how much is going to be? Now this is my total taking. 5% will be my rent and 5% will be, 20% is going to be my profit. If I take 5% of the rent, how much is going to be the rent value? Done. And what is going to be my profit? Are you clear till now? Done. Now see here, my total money I want to make is 351 3521 333. Yes or no? This is the total takings I want to make. Yes, because I calculated it here. Now this is the total takings I want to make out of 104 400 rooms. You know from where I got 104 400? This is my total rooms available. Yes or no? Right? So what is going to be my room rent per room? Okay. Is it the room rent going to be same for all the three? This is my room rent for the single room. For the double room, how much it's going to be? Can I say 33.73 into 2.5? And for the triple room, can I say it's going to be 33.73 into 5? That will be 84.33. Your 12 mark question. So all of you guys can get 12 marks in the exam. Okay, everyone, see this next question. Guys, so let's read the question. A lodging room is run in a small hill station with 100 single rooms. The room offers, this is the first time I'm actually coming up with something called concessional rate. Now, the moment concessional comes in, I know that they are going to be charging lower price. The moment lower price comes in, I know that I have to follow is a equivalent units. Are you clear? So the number of rooms available for half the time should be charged at half the regular prices. Are you clear? This is something I liked it very interesting in terms of solving also, because there's quite a bit of challenge with making me think. The OHM offers concessional rates during a 6-month off season in a year. So in a year of 12 months, what are they saying? 6 months are off season. During this period, half of the room rent is charged. That means 6 months are going to be full rent, 6 months are going to be half a rent. They want to make a profit of 20% of the room rent, that means 20% of the taking. The following cost estimates and other details for the year ending 31st March 2007, assume a month as 30 days, that means we are looking at a 360 days. During the season it is 80%, so that means full time rate 80%, half time rent only 40%. First thing guys, calculate me the number of equivalent room days available. I'll give you guys 2 minutes, calculate the number of equivalent room days available. Can we start solving? How many rooms are there? Suresh sir, don't do mistakes sir. How many rooms are there? 100 rooms. How many months in a year are full season? In a month, how many days are there? What is the occupancy rate? Again, how many room days you get for full season? Now let's go to half season. Guys, I think Suresh should have taken double, I guess. Let's see. How many rooms are there half season? 100 rooms. Correct? 6 months, 30 days, 40% occupancy. How many rooms do you get? 7,200. Now what are you doing for the client? You are charging half the price. That means this is equal to 3,600 rooms, right? Till now Suresh, what we did was all double. This is the first time I am doing the reverse, that is half of it. So I get total 18,000 rooms available in a year. Did you understand? Suresh sir, understood sir? Everyone else, are you clear? Shreyas, Tenzin, Monisha, Fareen, right? So I calculated my denominator, so half my headache is gone, because numerator is simple. I need to just keep adding the cost. Let's try looking into it. Total investment is 200 lakh, that is 2 crore, 80%, to the building, 20% to it. Straight line basis, the moment they give me a building cost, I know I have to find out the depreciation. Yes or no? So how much is the depreciation? 5% on furniture, 15% on building. So what is going to be my rate? Find out the depreciation amount. Building is provided at a rate of 5%, furniture and equipment at a rate of 15%. Building value is 1.6 crore. 1.6 crore का 5% होगा 8 lakh. फर्नीचर 20 lakh, 20 lakh का 15%, sorry 40 lakh, 40 lakh का 50% will be 6 lakh. So total 14 lakh depreciation. Fareen madam, don't do silly mistakes madam. These are easy. Working note you will get to 1 mark. Don't do mistake in 1 mark. Do big mistakes. You'll feel happy. Don't do chiller mistakes. You'll regret. Okay. So staff salary. So the good part about my hotel part is there is no fixed charge or standing charges or even the maintenance charges. Everything comes under one. I have to just do a total cost. Staff salary is how much? 5 lakh 50. Repairs 2 lakh 61. Done. Then they are saying room attendants are paid 10 per room on the basis of occupancy of the number of rooms in a month. How many days are the rooms occupied? Mistake done by students. How many rooms are occupied? What, Masudarani? Read no carefully. When we did that calculation, sorry, I don't know where it went in. When we did that calculation, on the full season time, this was 14,400 rooms. On the off season, the number of rooms were 7,200. Yes or no? So your occupancy rate is 21,600. Sudharani, Fareen. Did you guys understand? I see a common mistake done by the students are basically what they will do. They will take this 18,000 and multiply by 10. Are you clear? But in 18,000 my problem is this 7,200 is taken as half because of the basis of rate. Here nothing is there, boss. Number of days, whatever is there, you have to pay him 10. So the total number of rooms during full season is 1,400. Half season is 7,200. Total 21,600 into 10. 2,16,000 becomes my room attendant salary. This is the common mistake done by the students in the exam. All other things they'll do, and finally they'll scold me. On top of it, they'll scold my family also. Correct, no? Suresh, understood? Done. What else is left? See here, monthly lighting charges are again 120 per room, except in 4 months of winter where there is 30 per room. Month. Sir, this only I explained, sir. Number of room. What repeat karo, sir? I told the number of rooms in a year available is 14,400 on the full day and 7,200 on the half season time. Total number of rooms available is 21,600. Multiply by 10. So the room attendant salary is 2,16,000. During your network problem, only that I told Suresh, sir. That's why I asked you, did you understand? Suresh is becoming full modern now. Repeat karo, sir. Then I will start speaking in Chinese next time. Okay. Guys, see here. Room rent. Per room. Is this per room based on occupancy or irrespective of the occupancy? Okay. If the room is not, no one is there in the room, how do you get lighting charges? You know, Suresh, when you go in, he will go switch on the shower, put AC at the maximum, TV is on, every light he will keep it on. Right? So let me try finding the lighting charges, and I want you guys to understand what are they saying. 120 per room except in the 4 months of the winter where it is. Now let me take the full capacity. How many rooms full capacity? 100 rooms, 80% for 6 months. So 120 per month. Yeah, he'll do music, full dancing, like our Danish set. Correct? 100 rooms. Guys, don't multiply by 30 and do a mistake, because it is not 30 per day 120, it is per month 120. Now, in the remaining 6 months, will you pay 30 per month for all the 6 months? Then for how many months you are paying, Sudharani? For how many months will you pay? So 4 months will be 30. Can I say the remaining 2 months will be 120? Correct? So it will be 100 rooms. In the off season it is 40% occupancy. For 2 months it is 120, which comes to 9,600. Then remaining 100 rooms, 40% occupancy for 4 months at 30 per month. So the total lighting charges comes to 72,000. This is the only new thing in this question. So add. So add up, what becomes my total cost? I hope I have covered everything. What is my total cost? 29, 44, 800. Till here, are you clear? Now, how much profit do they want? A depreciation. How much is the profit he wants? He wants 20% of the rent. Do you know the rent value? Do you know the rent value? No. So when I don't know the rent value, again the same structure, cost, profit, rent. I'll take rent as 100, profit becomes 20, therefore cost is 80. My cost I calculated 29, 44, 800. So how much is the profit? Therefore, what should be your rental value? 36, 81,000. So my rent per room should be 36, 81,000 divided by 18,000, which is 204.50. And for off season, how much it should be? It should be half of it. We'll do 2 more questions. Are you comfortable with service costing, guys? 12 marks in the exam. This is my important chapter. No matter what, trust me, a lot of students struggle, and for me it's easy 12 marks. I'll send you guys tomorrow morning another 6-7 questions for you guys to practice, but if you do a mistake in it, you are just, see, the moment you know 12 marks are done, 28 more marks to pass. You are already well versed with chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 24 marks done. Then you know job costing, contract costing, process costing, operation costing. Another 20 marks. So therefore, 66 marks of the paper you guys know right now. Okay, you want me to repeat the lighting charges? Okay. See here, Nivedita, the lighting charges, what they are saying is, see, for the basis on the number of rooms which are occupied, my 100 rooms are occupied for 80% for 6 months. So I'll pay 120. So 57,600. Now, out of the remaining 6 months, the government, being an hill station, is giving a concession for 4 months. So that means 100 rooms during my off season is only 40% occupied. For 4 months, I'll pay 30, which comes to 48. The remaining 2 months, I have to pay 120. So that will be for 100 rooms, 40%. For 2 months, I'll pay 120, which comes to 9,600. Are you clear, Nivedita? So guys, 66 marks of the paper are over. If any of you guys don't get exemption, we'll murder you guys. Is the chapter easy? So I'll give you guys this question. I want you guys to try it. We'll discuss the answer. I'll give you, I am not looking at format or other things. I want you guys, don't answer the second question. We'll do it a little later. I want you guys to try out this question by yourself, and I want you guys to try it whatever you feel like. And once you're done with calculation of bed days, post your answer so that I know whether you're doing it right or wrong. The second question, I'll be answering it after the marginal costing is over.